snorkeling in my private cove. It was one wild ride. Friday's Motomax jackpot is estimated $20 million. Why dream in the mid when you can dream in the max?
We all know family and friends have been recommending Capital Direct for years. And now with the advent of FlexiLine or traditional equity loan, your options are even better. Compared to the banks these days, Capital Direct's lending criteria are less strict. Whether you can use $50,000 or even rates in your record low, so call Capital Direct today at 1-800-10-CAPITAL to get your FlexiLine. Capital Direct.ca. 680 News time 456. Now the 680 News business report. Here's Richard Summers.
Well, yeah, Tesla is delaying its fancy dancy Cybertruck, that old electric, that's the chic look. It's not going to be going into production until the end of 2022 now, according to Elon Musk, who reportedly told employees this today. Musk noted that the ramp-up of the truck will be difficult as there's so much new technology in it. It was announced in 2019, an all-electric battery-powered light-duty truck. Elon Musk said the design was inspired by Blade Runner. It's certainly not cheap. It starts at 53,000 Canadian. Tesla stock wasn't affected by this to any great degree today. The shares edged up $1, $733. The TSX closed at a fresh record. It was up 26 points to 20,821. Gold stocks were strong performers. Gold's up $18 today at 1,830. Very much a function of the big economic news out of the States. We found out the U.S. employers created just 235,000 jobs in August, much less than what was expected. The Dow fell 74 points. The S&P was down 1. Although the Nasdaq notched a record, it added 32 points. Canadian dollars up to 79.76 cents U.S. This is 680 News.
Award-winning builder Terranium welcomes you to West Pickering's Asprey Towns. Family-sized upscale townhomes up to 2,600 square feet with 2-car garages and prices from just over $1 million. Visit ASPREYTowns.com.
Hi, I'm Kate, a team member here at Newborough, where we help clients save money using the equity in their home. The truth is, most home loans don't work because they're expensive. At Newborough, we focus on why you need a home loan, so we use a different approach and plan ahead. We show you the best options, help improve your credit score, and make sure you save money. Unlock the equity in your home today. Use your home to get a loan with Newborough. Visit newborough.com, license 13115.
Head to Food Basics for the Wowza Savings Event until September 8th. 500 milliliter tubs of Haagen-Dazs ice cream are only $3.97 each. Creamy deals. Save big every week at Food Basics. Always more for less.
Now 680 News Cottage Country traffic on the 9. Here's Christine Langos.
This report is brought to you by ExploreNet Internet. Northbound 400 remains heavy going from north of Highway 7 off and on to north of Teston, from north of Aurora Road to north of Highway 9, and from approaching Mapleview to Dunlop. Northbound 400 extension is slow going from north of Forbes to about Horseshoe Valley Road. Delays on the eastbound 401 approaching Westmead to east of Dixon. It's starting to ease, but still busy east of Coburn to east of Grafton. Northbound 115 is slow through Airport Road to past the Parkway. We have delays on eastbound Highway 7 approaching Norwood and again through Havelock. 40 rebound QEW busy approaching the Burlington Skyway and from Nikola Tesla to pass through land. With Cottage Country traffic on the 9, I'm Christine Langos.
Get ExploreNet's Explore 5010 Unlimited, now with faster download and upload speeds, plus truly unlimited data. Visit explorenet.com for details.
Mainly sunny in downtown Toronto, 21 degrees. 680 News at CFTR AM Toronto, it's 5 o'clock.
Toronto's #1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News.
It's Friday, September 3rd. I'm James Monroe.
I'm Sljana Timmons. Here are the top stories right now.
Construction workers hit by a pickup truck on Steeles. One of them shot when they dragged the driver out, and a dog left in the care of the witnesses.
Fort government says the road the ledge until October. We're gathering reaction.
Those on the front lines of the pandemic say they are being bullied by anti-vaxxers, and it's wrong. Adding protests are preventing access to much-needed health care.
The Blue Jays continue their week-long homestand tonight with the first of 3 with the Oakland A's, and NHL players are heading to the Beijing Olympics next year. Sports at 15.
Disappointing reading on the U.S. labor market sends the Dow lower, but the TSX closes at a fresh record, and the price of gold jumps. Business at 26.
680 News Time 501.
Traffic and weather together on the ones brought to you by Hakeem Optical, Airborne Chopper 680 Kalahari.
Just flying over a new issue on the eastbound 401, approaching the 407. The left lane is blocked for the collision. One vehicle rear-ended another, and that vehicle that did the rear-ending is no longer drivable. It's driven its last kilometer, so being hooked up to a tow truck right now. We've got delays approaching Highway 25 to this new issue, approaching the 407. And then remember, there are still problems east of Mississauga Road. The right lane and ramp lane blocked for the crash there. Transport involved. So it gets heavy again east of the 407 to east of Mississauga Road. Then volume 410 to east of Dixie Collectors. Dixon to Leslie Alternate Express and Collectors. From the DVP to Victoria Park Express and to east of Kennedy Collectors. We may have a West 401 problem approaching Stevenson Road in Oshawa. Lane blocked with a collision. Looks heavy from Harmony Road. If you're in the area, star 680 on your cell phone to provide an update to us. Then we've got delays Brock Street to approaching Salem. McCowan to Kennedy Express and Collectors. 404 Express, Bayview Collectors to about Dixon. Mavis Express and Collectors to Mississauga Road. And Winston Churchill to Highway 25. Still an issue out here west on the 407 past Britannia. Right lane blocked for the crash, but no delay. That westbound Britannia ramp to West 407 is still closed, though. From the 680 Traffic Center, Carlin Donahue.
Heading on the southbound DVP 404, it's busy from Finch to south of Lawrence. You make your way onto the West Gardner. You have delays from Jarvis to west of Strawn and from Park Lawn to the 427. Then the West QEW drags from the 427 to west of here, Ontario, and it's slow going approaching Appleby to the 403 ramp in Burlington. We also have a slight delay on the westbound 403 from Cawthra to west of here, Ontario. On the northbound 410, it's heavy from Steeles to Williams Parkway. Northbound 427 delays from approaching the 407 to Highway 7. If you're taking the northbound DVP 404, expect volume from Girard up to York Mills and from Highway 7 to 16th. Southbound on the 400, it's the ramp to Aurora Road is shut down, and we have delays from Finch to the 401 ramp. And looking at the eastbound QE Gardner combo, moving slow from Dorval to Ford Drive, Winston Churchill to Dixie, and the East Gardner drive from Parkland to Parkside. Save big with the Hakeem Optical Back to School sale. Save 60% on all Hakeem designer frames and lenses when you purchase 2 pair of complete prescription eyeglasses. Hakeem Optical, saving you money on fashionable eyewear. Now let's look at the forecast. Here is Denise Andrianchi.
We've got some very lovely conditions as we head through this evening. The weather has been just very comfortable and seasonal the last couple of days. We did hit our guaranteed high of 23. We're currently sitting at 21 degrees at Pearson under mostly cloudy skies. We've had varying amounts of sun and cloud, and we'll keep up with just a few clouds through the overnight. The low tonight, 14.
680 News Time 503.
Quick breaking news from North York. A shooting during a possible carjacking has left a construction worker in life-threatening condition in hospital. Several people also hit by a truck.
680's Mark Douglas is at the Senior Steeles and Allness and joins us live with the latest on the investigation. Mark.
And so, Jana, we know that this construction worker is still in hospital with life-threatening injuries. We don't know how many of the other construction workers were badly hurt here or if any of them had to go to hospital. I spoke with Jessica. She was driving along Steeles Avenue West here, eastbound, approaching Almas, not long after 1 o'clock this afternoon. She was driving right beside a black pickup truck when she saw it strike multiple construction workers here on the street. The pickup then collided with a cube van. They both came to a stop. And then the other construction workers took action.
Then he hit the cube van and got pulled out by other construction workers, shot the other guy multiple times, and then was held down until cops came.
The one worker who was shot suffered life-threatening injuries. Toronto police took the driver into custody. A handgun is still lying there on the street behind the truck. And a dog, a German Shepherd, a very good boy, was apparently inside the suspect's vehicle and was being cared for by Jessica and a few other bystanders for about 2 hours before Animal Services came to take him away without any problems. Jessica says she gave the dog a nickname, Hero. Reporting live on Steeles Avenue West, I'm Mark Douglas.
So the provincial legislature has been prorogued because of the federal election. 680's Richard Southern tells us MPPs won't be back now until October.
MPPs have been on a summer break since early June. they were scheduled to be back in their seats at Queen's Park on September 13th. But that's not going to happen. The Ford government says it's proroguing the legislature until after the federal election. MPPs will be back October 4th. The government House leader, Paul Calandra, said he's doing this because the results of the federal election will offer, he says, more clarity for the government to plan its fall legislation. Opposition leaders, though, think this might have more to do with Ford avoiding questions in the legislature regarding the fourth way. Stephen Del Duke is the Liberal Party leader.
I've never seen a government say that because there's an election happening at a different level that somehow the legislature can't function. Just an absolute abdication of leadership.
Premier Ford has only taken questions from the media once since the federal election began. I'm Richard Southern.
Here with All News Radio 680 News, healthcare workers who have been working the front lines for months now say they're being bullied and harassed by so-called anti-vaxxers. 680 Michelle Martin joins us live with the latest. Michelle.
So, Jenna, a perspective from the front lines of the pandemic.
We know that the fourth wave is upon us. We're seeing that this disease is now primarily a disease of the unvaccinated, and so it is quite dismaying and disheartening to be on the receiving end of some of that protest.
That from the Ontario Medical Association President, Dr. Adam Kassem.
And look, we know that the public and all of society have made tremendous sacrifices over the past little while with regards to the pandemic, with regards to closures and lockdowns, and we desperately want to avoid having to lock down again. And this is why healthcare workers are working tirelessly to treat the patients as best as we can.
Dr. Kassem says healthcare workers just want to do their job safely, helping patients. He says the bullying healthcare workers are seeing is wrong, full stop. The Ontario Hospital Association president says it is a bitter irony that should any of these anti-vaccine protesters get sick or seriously ill from COVID, it will be hospitals and frontline workers that they turn to for care, perhaps even to save their life. On the campaign trail in Mississauga, Liberal leader Justin Trudeau called on Canadians to support healthcare workers facing harassment, saying now they need our help as they deal with rising cases in unvaccinated people. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Morton.
Well, you often hear it before you see it. Canadian International Air Show's on this weekend. 680's Michelle Mackey joins us live. The lead up to the other roar by the Lakeshore. Michelle.
Yeah, that's right. I do miss that sound, weirdly enough, James. With aircraft stationed at Billy Bishop and Pearson airports, organizers with the Canadian International Air Show say anywhere between along Lake Ontario will be prime viewing. But Yan here says she's not ready to be in crowds of people just yet.
Probably going to avoid the air show. Not for me to share with COVID and everything. So.
Yanni, on the other hand, says she'll be watching the show from her paddleboard.
We missed it last year, and it's like a little bit of the new normal back, but we're still missing a CNE, right? Like, we're used to going to exhibition grounds and seeing it from there. But this year, hey, free tickets, right?
That is right. As a thank you to Canadians for the sacrifices made during the pandemic, the air show is free to attend, but due to COVID restrictions, the traditional exclusive air show zone is canceled this year. The show runs from 12 to 3 Saturday and Sunday afternoon, and you can also stream the air show at 680news.com or on our app. Live from Ontario Place, I'm Michelle Mackey.
As Desjardins agents, we know this driver shouldn't pay the same amount as this driver. And you should pay less for auto insurance if you don't drive much at all.
Now save 10% for 6 months when you sign up for the Adjusto program. Get a quote at DesjardinAgents.com. Desjardins Insurance. Home, auto, life. Certain conditions may apply. Premium savings or increases are based on each client's driving habits.
Now, 680 News gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will rise 2 cents at midnight to $1.40.9. Christine.
This report is brought to you by Foodland. I'm still seeing delays on the Fort Erie-bound QEW approaching the Burlington Skyway and from Nikola Tesla to past Fruitland Road. If you're traveling northbound on the 400, expect slowdowns approaching Langstaff to north of Teston, Aurora Road to north of Highway 9, and in Barrie, it's busy approaching Mapleview to north of Dunlop. Also have some volume northbound on the 400 extension from north of Forbes Road to about Horseshoe Valley Road before it picks up. Northbound Highway 12 is busy approaching Brecken. We have delays on the eastbound 401 from Westmead to east of Dixon. east of Coburg to east of Grafton. Northbound 115, still this slowdown here from Airport Road to past the Parkway, all because of single-lane construction. With Cottage Country traffic on the 9th, I'm Christine Langos.
This weekend at Foodland, select Compliments burgers and smoked sausage, just $9.99. Plus large avocados, just 99 cents each. Foodland, fresh food, friendly neighbors.
439 Pizza Nova. 439 Pizza Nova. Ciao, I'm Dominic Primucci, inviting you to watch the game with us, the official pizza of the Toronto Blue Jays. Order any one of our pizzas and add on chicken fellini, wings, or wedges to make your game day complete. Step up to the plate and taste the difference. 439 Pizza Nova. 439 Pizza Nova.
Early involvement with music can contribute to a child's intellectual growth.
I can unequivocally assert the validity of that statement.
Ask the trusted experts at Long & McQuaid Musical Instruments about their full line of guitars, strings, brass, woodwinds, drums, and keyboards. Our music lesson centers offer lessons in person or online for all levels, ages, and styles.
I actually feel myself getting smarter.
Go to long-mcquaid.com for details. Big City News, sign 511.
Traffic and weather together on the ones brought to you by Aaron Waxman and Associates Airborne Chopper 680 Kalahari.
Well, a couple of updates to your eastbound 401 drive. Problems east 401 approaching the 407 did clear, but we still have problems east of Mississauga Road. However, it's just the ramp lane on the right side now blocked with this crash. The right lane is reopened. So you've got 3 lanes getting through, but that acceleration lane is blocked off. That's the ramp that comes from Mississauga Road to the east 401. Delays through this area off and on approaching Highway 25 to east of Mississauga Road. There's a bit of a break as you go through the 407 because that's near where that problem just cleared. And then we've got delays 410 to east of Dixie Collectors, east of the 427 to Leslie, alternately express to Collectors, Victoria Park to Kennedy Collectors. On the west 401, problems approaching Stevenson reported. Unsure which lane is blocked, so if you're in the area, star 680 on your cell phone for an update. To give us an update, that is. Then we've got delays Harmony to approaching Stevenson because of the problem there. It's also busy Brock Street to approaching Salem, McCowan to Kennedy Express and Collectors, 404 Express, Bayview Collectors to Dixon, Mavis Express and Collectors to about Mississauga Road, and approaching Winston Churchill to Highway 25. Still an issue on the west 407 past Britannia. The ramp lane blocked with a crash. No delay here, but the westbound Britannia ramp to west 407 is closed as well. From the 680 Traffic Center, Carlin Donahue.
It looks like we might have a new problem on the northbound DVP just north of Baby Bloor. I can see delays come to a hard stop. It starts at Girard and then it just completely cuts at Baby Bloor. And then you get a break. So definitely something going on there. You get a tiny break between Baby Bloor and then delays pick up again approaching Don Mills up to York Mills. And it's busy on the north 404 from Highway 7 and so 16th Avenue. If you're heading on the southbound DVP 404, delays from south of Finch to south of Lawrence. Southbound on the 400, no access to Aurora Road. And we have delays from Finch to the 401 ramps. Westbound Gardner still heavy from Jarvis to west of Strawn, and delays have improved closer to the 427. It's just backed up from approaching Kipling and the Collectors now. Westbound QEW still heavy 427 to west of Huron, Ontario, and approaching Walker's Line to the 403 ramp in Burlington. Westbound 403's drags approaching Eglinton and the Collectors to west of Huron, Ontario. Northbound 427, just a small slowdown from the 407 up to Highway 7, and northbound on the 410, typical delay.